Born on February 14, 1483, in the city of Andijan in the Fergana Valley, modern-day Uzbekistan, Zahir-ud-din Muhammad Babur was destined for greatness. He was a descendant of two of the most legendary conquerors in history, Timur Tamerlane on his father's side and Genghis Khan on his mother's. His name, Babur, means tiger in Persian, a fitting title for a man who would later shake the foundations of the Indian subcontinent. But Babur's early life was not one of comfort and certainty. At just 12 years old, he inherited the small principality of Fergana. Almost immediately, he was thrust into the brutal politics and warfare of Central Asia. Rivals circled like vultures, and betrayal came even from within his own family. 2. Struggles in Central Asia, the road to India. Babur's eyes were set on Samarkand, the famed city of his ancestor Timur. He captured it briefly at the age of 14, but the victory was short-lived. He lost Samarkand and Fergana soon after, and for the next decade, Babur was a king without a kingdom, a wanderer, leading a small band of loyal soldiers and dreaming of empire. Despite repeated attempts, Babur could never establish a firm base in Central Asia. The Uzbek warlord Shaybani Khan proved too powerful, forcing Babur to shift his focus to a new land, Hindustan, or India, a land wealthy but politically fragmented. 3. Invasion of India. The First Battle of Panipat, 1526. By 1519, Babur had begun launching small raids into northern India. He had heard of the immense riches and the weak governance of the Delhi Sultanate, then ruled by Ibrahim Lodi. Over the years, he built alliances with discontented Indian nobles and expanded his forces. Then, in 1526, the moment came. Babur, with an army of about 12,000 men, marched towards Delhi. Ibrahim Lodi confronted him with a force over 100,000 strong, but Babur had a secret weapon, modern tactics and field artillery, which were rare in India at the time. The First Battle of Panipat, fought on April 21, 1526, changed the course of Indian history. Babur used Tuluma tactics, dividing forces into left, right, and center artillery placement, and field trenches to decimate Lodi's massive army. Ibrahim Lodi was killed, and Babur became the undisputed ruler of northern India. 4. Consolidation of power. The battles of Khanwa and Ghaghra. Victory in Panipat didn't mean peace. Babur still faced powerful Rajput kings like Rana Sanga of Mewar, who sought to drive the invader out. In 1527, Babur met Rana Sanga's combined Rajput forces at the Battle of Khanwa. This was one of the bloodiest battles Babur ever fought. Despite being outnumbered again, he employed superior strategy and artillery to win. Rana Sanga was wounded and his confederacy collapsed. This battle marked the true foundation of the Mughal Empire in India. A year later, in 1529, Babur defeated another Afghan force at the Battle of Ghaghra, securing his position across northern India. 5. Babur the man, poet, memorist, and patron of culture. Babur was not just a warrior, he was also a man of culture, intellect, and deep emotion. He wrote one of the most famous autobiographies in history, the Baburnama, originally written in Chagatai Turkish, later translated into Persian and other languages. In the Baburnama, we see Babur not just as a conqueror, but as a father, a lover of gardens and poetry, a man who appreciated nature and architecture. He introduced Persian garden styles to India and took a keen interest in city planning and aesthetics. His literary talent was exceptional. He described battles and political affairs, but also snow-covered mountains, flowers, and the fragrance of fruits with equal passion. 6. Death and legacy. The founding of a dynasty, 1530. On December 26, 1530, Babur died in Agra at the age of 47. His body was later moved to Kabul, a city he had always loved. He was buried in the beautiful gardens of Babur, a peaceful resting place overlooking the mountains he cherished. Though he ruled India for only 4 years, Babur's legacy would endure for over 3 centuries. His grandson Akbar the Great would go on to make the Mughal Empire one of the richest and most powerful empires in the world. Babur was the bridge between the rugged, nomadic warrior kings of Central Asia and the sophisticated, courtly monarchs of India. His fusion of Persian, Central Asian, and Indian cultures laid the foundation for the Mughal civilization, one of the most remarkable in history. Clapperboard conclusion. The tiger's mark on history. Babur's life was a story of resilience, brilliance, and vision. From a displaced prince to a mighty emperor, he rose through endless struggle and constant warfare. But he was not just a conqueror, he was a builder, a writer, and a man who planted the seeds of one of the greatest empires in history. Zahir-ud-din Muhammad Babur, The tiger who roared from the mountains of Central Asia and carved his name into the very heart of India.